So I just woke up in the new house. Everything's kind of crazy. I can't wait to show you the house. I want to update you guys on my skincare. I did a video with Dramatica, the prescription skincare. It might sound weird saying this, but I'm no longer using Dramatica. The goal, obviously, of a prescription is to not have to use it forever. I had all these little tiny bumps on the side of my face. I don't have any bumps on my forehead. This area was a huge problem area for me. I just had so much texture here, and it looks so beautiful now. This side of my face, you can see how smooth it is. This area of my face, down here, I had all these little bumps, and those were the most stubborn. That's why I was like, okay, I need a prescription. Before I started using this, I was using a prescription that had, I think it was just tretinoin 0.1%. or 1%, I don't know. I used it for like probably 6 or 7 months and it didn't do anything. It just irritated me and I didn't want to go through the trouble of making another appointment. So I actually needed a new prescription. For me, it was either go on a website, upload a picture of your skin, a dermatologist gives you a prescription and they mail it to you. You don't have to do anything. And if you really like your face wash and lotion, you can just get the prescription. If you don't really care about your face wash and moisturizer, you can get one through Dramatica. They'll recommend you one. Or call 30 different providers that my insurance gives me. Be on hold. They answer the call and it's like, hi, what's your name? How do you spell that? What's your phone number? What's your address? And then you're like, are you accepting new patients? And they're like, oh no, sorry. And then you have to go through that process 13 other times. And then you finally get a dermatologist that's taking new patients. And they're like, yeah, we're booking 6 months out. It ends up being like an hour from your house. I've been using this for a few months and my skin looks amazing and I don't have to use it anymore. Yay. I'm very happy. Maybe I can show you in better lighting. I would definitely recommend you check them out. I will link them down below. Use code Alana for your first month free and 10% off your second month, which is usually $29.95. Follow the links in my description below and start your skin journey today. Again, use code Alana and you'll get your first month free and 10% off your second month. That's usually $29.95. This area has cleared up so much. Yay. I love you, Dramatica. Thank you. I truly love their product and the people that they hire and how they treat people. So definitely check them out. And yeah, let's get into the video. I got this new sweater. Let me tell you about my sweater. I went into the store thinking like, I want to change my style. I want to dress like a weird art teacher from like grade school, you know? I don't know why I just have that urge to dress in like really funky colors. It just makes me feel like a designer, you know? Like it's a weird outfit. Oh, your dad texted. You can wear it kind of like this, or you can wear it higher like this. And then you can wear it off the shoulder. It was $300 and I was like, ooh, put that back. And then we were driving around town like a few days ago and it was 70% off and I was like, I think I want it. And then we also got these candles. They're so cute. I love the yellow. I want this house to be beautiful, bright, colorful. We're changing a lot of things with furniture and we're like adding things and changing things to the actual house, like lighting. We have some really cool ideas, but anyway, so we're gonna eat breakfast. I have been eating healthier. I got so much health advice on the last video. I'm loving it. I've been going through your comments. So we're trying to like eat everything that we have in the house, and then like the next food shop, it'll be all the healthy food that we want to eat. Tim and I are doing it together.
Yes. We're getting healthy together.
Yes, I'm excited. I love tomato. What could you replace the cheese with if I didn't want to eat dairy?
I don't know, we'll have to think about that.
I would love some olives right now.
Look at lady. Uh-oh.
I love you. And I love you. Should we make a video about Carmine?
I think we should.
Okay, gonna grab my Bible and join you.
What are you reading?
I'm reading Psalms.
Oh. I might keep reading Peter. Love you.
Love you.
Have you ever met Miss Lindy? She's a gal with the bright red hair. Now she stands high from all the rest. You know her anywhere. Where she's mine. Yeah, she's mine. Well, I love that little girl with the bright red hair. Well, Miss Lindy, my Miss Lindy. Well, I love that little girl with the bright red hair.
I know. We're going this weekend to the Grove? But we're not sleeping there, right?
Not on Sunday, but I thought it might be fun for us to sleep up there during Brimfield, though.
Yes, I agree.
And then that also means that we can like get a spot together.
Yeah.
That looks
Yum.
great, babe. Look at that.
I love these glasses. Monger's Market, huh?
Let's eat.
See Miss Lindy, she likes to dance all day. And when she does rock and roll, it takes your breath away. Well, she's mine. Yeah, she's mine. Well, I love that little girl. She's so fine. Well, Miss Lindy, my Miss Lindy.
I'll clean the dishes since
Okay.
you made the food.
Okay, come on, let's go. Good boy. Thank you. Every time I try to take them to a dog park, there's so many mosquitoes. I've been getting a lot of comments about Carmine, who was the Dalmatian that I used to have, and I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about what happened to him. A Dalmatian was my dream dog since I saw a 101 Dalmatian movie from Disney when I was a really little kid. I think I explained why I got Leroy before, but I had Lady and Leroy. At this point, I was like living by myself and I worked from home. I was home all the time and I've always wanted a Dalmatian, and I just got Leroy and I was like, okay, why don't I get the Dalmatian puppy and him and Leroy can grow up and be puppies at the same time. So I'm going through that puppy phase just one more time. I was like, okay, I have wanted this dog literally my entire life. I did my research and I decided I'm gonna go try to find one that has the personality that is right for me. So I met Carmine when he was 5 months old, and he was kept in a room for those 5 months, never having been walked outside. All he wanted to do was snuggle. He was so affectionate. He seemed like dopey, cute. There was no hint of aggression at all. I decided to adopt him. I bring him home. Lady kind of just like, she went from playing with Leroy all the time and having like her little buddy to kind of just being like isolated to herself because she is scared of bigger dogs. Tim's family has a wolf dog and she's massive. She's huge. She submits to Lady, but Lady is still scared of her even though she's a gentle, kind, nice dog. When she's played with bigger dogs in the past, even if they're like submissive and really nice, they still are big, so they'll fall on her and like she doesn't like it. So Leroy and Carmine became like really close and Lady was just kind of like with me all day. So I started training him. I did the whole walking like every single hour with 2 puppies now. Every time you walk him, give him a treat. Every time, you know, he goes inside, say no, like make him know that it's wrong. Walk him very consistently. And this was October when I first got him. Then after a while, I started noticing that he was not getting the fact that you go to the bathroom outside. If I had to sit at a desk and do my work, he had to be in a crate because he would poop on the couch. He's a big dog. I don't know why he wouldn't just poop on the floor, but like I'm talking huge mounds of poop. Like these guys poop and it's like maybe this big. He poops and it's like this big. Then he would start peeing on the couch. And I'm like, okay, I just walked you. I don't know how you have more poop, but I literally started walking him like every single half an hour. I didn't want him to be in a crate. So I bought gates, and I put gates all over the house so that, okay, he can just be in the downstairs area. There's no carpet. Now he starts pooping and peeing on the couch. Okay, now I have a basement area where it's all tile. It's just one room. I could put a gate there. Starts chewing up the entire room. Okay, I'd rather not have him in the crate. I want them to like be able to walk around and whatever. I would come home. He would encourage Leroy now to pee and poop on the floor. So there's 2 huge piles of pee, 2 piles of poop every single time I would come home. For half an hour, I'd go upstairs to fold laundry. I'd come back downstairs. They step in it and like they're playing, they get it on themselves and then they shake. It's all over the wall. I have to give now 2 dogs a bath. I have to just put you in the crate. I'm like, okay. I fed them, immediately walked them, waited an hour, walked them again, put them in the crate, left for 30 minutes, and every single time they would have peed or pooped while in their crate. I would put nice, beautiful, expensive beds in the crate, rip it to shreds, pee and poop all over it. Let me try an empty crate. Still same thing, pee and poop all over it. I'm like, okay, if they pee on the floor while I go to the bathroom, while I go do laundry, if they pee on the floor, at least they're not laying in it. 8 months, that was my life every day. I had Leroy and him sleep together in separate crates in the same room. I was trying to train them to sleep in the crate overnight. I could not have them out overnight because they would definitely poop and pee all over the bedroom. So they had to be in a crate. I literally walked them at like 12 o'clock at night. I wake up at 6 a.m. to take them out. Carmine's crate has a mixture of pee and poop, like this tall in the crate. He's clawing at the cage door to get out, and there's clobs of poop in his paw. So there's now a border of poop and pee mixture all around the crate on the floor in like a rectangle. He shook, so there's poop splattered on the white comforter and on the white wall. And I'm like, okay, I signed up for this. This is the puppy phase. I knew this was gonna happen. It's totally fine. He has poop all over his body, like he was laying in it. This is awful. I love this dog. I don't want to see them uncomfortable. This is disgusting. Like, I'm sure it's not fun for him either. Maybe I'm a bad mom. Maybe I should have, dog mom, maybe I should have woken up at like 3 a.m. and taken him out. But like, he had been with me for a significant amount of time at this point, and he was 5 months when I got him. I was like, I can't let him walk on the carpet out of this bedroom to the bathroom. He's covered in poop. I picked up the crate and put that with him in it in the bathtub as carefully as I could. And I put the water on a nice temperature and I started rinsing him off while he was in the crate. I'm like, what kind of life is this for this dog? I bring him outside all day and I take turns with them. I bring them all together. I try to have them play. He's not getting it. There was one time where Tim and I were working on the house to get it ready to sell until like 1 or 2 a.m. And we walk Carmine before Tim's about to leave. And he took a big poop outside. We put him in the crate. We're sitting on the couch like talking about something. 10 minutes later, we're like, what is that smell? Carmine took a humongous poop in his crate. Tim goes and walks him outside. He continues to poop. You would think like, oh, I feel bad, like he probably ate something. No, this was like an all the time thing. I give him expensive food. I pay monthly for him to have a vet plan. So he's up to date on all his shots. He gets tested, his feces gets tested, his blood gets tested. He's immaculate, healthy, no ear infections, no eye infections, no genetic problems. I had the genetic testing. We did the whole bath thing. We put him in the crate and we're like, okay. So we finish our conversation. And he does it again. This is not normal behavior. It's been 8 months. He was trained to poop inside for the first 5 months of his life, whenever and wherever he wants. And he was broken. And I tried so hard to train him, and it was no life for him. Leroy, started progressing with his training, and he stopped going to the bathroom in the house, and Carmine was still doing it. I mean, lady, like, it took her a few months and she was good. You know, I tried so many different things. I watched all the videos. I reached out to a few trainers. I spoke to them about it. Like, they told me all of the things that I was already doing, and he wasn't getting it. I was praying about it for a while. I felt like, okay, I'm gonna put him on a website. I'm gonna be very honest about all of these, like, issues I'm having. And if anyone wants him, and I feel like they're just an unbelievably perfect fit, then that is gonna be my obvious sign that I should rehome him. So I post him thinking, like, no one's gonna respond to it, you know. So many people wanted this dog. I'm pulling in right now, but I kind of had a feeling like if he didn't have siblings, that he would be so much better off. Sometimes I would have my parents watch Lady if I had to go somewhere, a friend watch Leroy, and I would pay to have Carmine at, like, a very trusted Rover babysitter that I, like, was very familiar with. They would always report that, like, he didn't go to the bathroom in the house, and they, like, didn't even put him in the crate. Like, they would leave for like a half an hour, and they would come back and he was fine. I was like, Carmine by himself was a better dog. Like, I would walk him and he was, like, calmer. But when I had him and Leroy together, it was like madness. Crazy behavior. 2 male puppies together, like, it was a lot. And so one of the criteria I had in giving him away was, like, are you planning on getting a dog? Like, do you have other dogs? I want him to be, like, the main character in someone's life. I get an email from this couple. They're like 65. One of them works like very few hours from home. Other one's retired. Both in great health. They've had like 4 Dalmatians over the course of their life. They sent me pictures of the beautiful property they have, all fenced in. They live like 5 minutes away walking from a huge dog park that always has tons of dogs and kids. They live in a really cute neighborhood. And they're like, we want to dedicate our time to our dog. We don't have any kids. Like, this dog will be our kid. They called me on the phone. We had a really nice long phone call. They were like, we can send you references. Like, we can give you our neighbors' phone numbers. You can call them and ask them how we were with our dogs. We can give you our vet records with all of our past Dalmatians. She's like, one of our Dalmatians had cancer. We spent like an obscene amount of money on treatment for him. He was doing like swim therapy, all these things. Like, she's like, we live for our dogs. We love Dalmatians. We're home all the time. We just want to, like, give this dog a beautiful life. Oh, and by the way, when I first told Tim, I actually broke down on the phone. Like, I think he was away on a work trip for a few days filming something in LA. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, having him there was so helpful. And then when he left, I was like reminded of how hard it was to have this dog. And I was like, Tim, I can't do this anymore. And he was like, I was never gonna be the one to say anything. And he's like, it's your decision. Like, if you want to keep this dog, I will love this dog with everything I've got, and I will help you train him, and I will be all in. If you don't want to keep this dog, put him on the website, and if someone amazing pops up, like, maybe that's the right thing to do. I felt very at peace after I prayed about it a bunch to put him on this website. Like I said, put him on the website. And like the couple that I shared with you reached out, had a conversation with them. I arranged for them to come see him. And then there was this other lady. She like lived on a farm. She had a ton of Dalmatians her whole life. She's like very outdoorsy. So I told both of them that there's 2 people, like them and another person, that are gonna come and meet the dog, because I want to see how they interact with the dog before just like giving my dog away. So the lady came over first, and like she seemed so overjoyed and excited on the phone to come meet him, and then she was kind of like, it was off. Something was off when she met him, and he didn't really have an interest in her. He didn't really go near her and he's usually very affectionate. So like she left, and then the other people came, the couple, and he was just like all over them. Her name is Frances, and she was so sweet. She was so nice. She was so excited to meet him. Like, you could just see the love in her eyes. I let them go for a walk with him by themselves, And Tim was there with me, and his dad was there working on the house. This single lady and this couple met him on the same day. And I told both of them, I want to see how you both interact with him and like sleep on it and then make my decision the next morning. So they were like, totally fine. Yeah, we'll get a hotel in the area. Like, just let us know. So the next morning comes. I knew from the second that they were with him that I wanted them to have him. I told them to come pick up their dog. And they came back. And of course I was crying. And then Tim was crying. And then his dad was crying. And everyone was crying, and the couple was like, they were like, honestly, I'm kind of glad to see you cry, because I was so confused, like, how you could get rid of this dog. I'm sure it's like so hard. And I was like, yeah, it's really hard, but I did pray a lot about it, and I felt at peace with my decision. And I honestly thought I might cry in this video, but I don't feel sad. I'm happy that they send me pictures all the time of him. He loves the neighborhood. He loves the house. He's frolicking with the kids. And it's like, they bring him to the beach and they train him and he's so well behaved. And I'm just so glad that I took my time and I really made sure that this was what God wanted for me, genuinely. I'm just really grateful with how it worked out. I thought that Leroy would be really sad having Carmine leave. I hate to say it, but it's like they don't even notice it. I don't understand how dogs' brains work, but now Lady is back to playing, and like, they're the same size. They are obsessed with each other, Lady and Leroy. They're like best buddies. They sleep together, they hang out together, they play together, they get along so well. I couldn't ask for a better situation. I love you guys, and having a relationship with God really just, it changes everything. You never have to question, like, am I making the right decision? If you make a decision and you know it's spirit-led, you never have to go back and be like, oh, should I have done that? Should I have said that? Should I have broken up with him? Should I have... When you pray about something and you feel at peace about it and you feel like, okay, this is what God is telling me to do, and you do that and you listen to his will, you have so much peace in life. It's just... I can't begin to explain like my love for Christ, and how much he changes your life. I can't wait to talk more about it. But I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. All right, I just got home, but Leroy smelled like dookie. He rolled in something.
Look at what he does, though.
He must have rolled in it once we got home, because he didn't smell in the car.
What do you want? Do you want this? Ready? Do you want...
Leroy! Woo!
Absolutely obsessed.
Woo! Yay, Leroy!
Look at him go.
Lady girl, get the water! She's like, no, no, no. Yay, Leroy! This is how he gets a bath from now on.
It's so different when he's wet.
I know.
The jumping.